In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. Imagine that, a future that's super black. Long as your skin brown, your superpowers intact. What would your powers be? Just hope it ain't super whack. Spatial manipulation, create a portal that's black. Maybe just super speed, time travel to run it back. Or cheat manipulation to keep my spirit intact. As I encounter evils the world face, demons the world makes, I'm needed the world at stake. Rest in peace to Chadwick, they killed all the Black Panthers. Told us white lies, I still marvel at black answers. Suits in DC, pray it lead to a civil war. It ain't no Justice League, what's the need to be civil for? Propelled like the juggernaut, it's clear ain't no stopping this. The world in grave danger, who can stop the apocalypse? They killed all the heroes, the new ones don't really care. But if you need me, put your fist up in the air. Yeah, in the sky it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black.
Hey everybody, it's Tuesday. We're back after taking a day off for some for a much needed information dump. But I'm your man on the wall, Chris Fury. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for a lot of things, and we'll get to that in a second. But if this is your first time here, thank you for tuning in. Hello out there to everybody that's in IG. Shout out to Brandon over at Blur TV. He's joined in on the IG channel. Check it out. Also, thank you to everybody who has been showing us love on the YouTube channel. Continue to do so. What started out as 501 week turned into triple that the following week. So we thank you once again to all our fans out there. If this is your first time here, go over to the YouTube channel, show your love, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Also, you can check us out on Always Press Record TV through your Roku and Amazon devices. That's A.F.R.O TV. You can also listen to us where you listen to your podcast. Leave a review through iHeart, Apple, Spotify, and the Be On Air network. So, without further ado, Lady Mandalore, you're muted. Hold on. Can you unmute? No, can't unmute. You got to unmute. I can't unmute.
Shit! I didn't know that it went up another 300 from the last time I looked.
Yeah.
Hi.
Like it's steadily climbing. I haven't checked it in like 2 hours.
No, it's we had a cool 1600. 1600.
Yeah,
1600.
they showing us love. I appreciate that.
We like
keep it going, too. Lord, keep it going.
We do fully and truly, madly, deeply.
So, we have our very own ships in the air. What's going on, Spartan?
Right. That's the see. Ooh, look,
and I unmuted myself.
See, he caught it before he spoke.
I did. I tried to put in the chat like I was like, oh, the mute train claims another.
It's a new year. It's a new year.
Oh my God!
It is a fortuitous day.
It is. They showing us love. Tafari TV's in the building.
Hola, and holy shit, how did we outdo my own channel in a week?
Dude, that's
I don't know what happened. I won't question it. That means that means vast.
I told y'all the algorithm is nice in February. We have 4 more days to abuse it.
Hey,
I was talking fully with faith when I said it, but apparently it worked.
Oh, so apparently my mutant gift has been rubbing off on everyone then.
Apparently.
So
yeah, if you are a first timer here, thank you for pulling up. Thank y'all for making this place explode in the last 7 days. So
man,
yeah,
buckle up,
Buttercup. We got a special guest in the house, Anthony Jefferson, who has a book that is giving me all types of vibes. Anthony, what's going on?
Yeah. Hey, how y'all doing?
All right. So before we get to you,
thank you so much for having me.
Always a pleasure. Before we get to you, shout out to Crazy 8 the Great and Candy B. They are now known as the Mercados. They've been down in Vegas. So congratulations to Brandy and Miguel. Much love, much shout out. Big party coming soon, apparently.
Yeah.
Right now, they're living it up in Vegas.
And by the way, they both look fabulous. However, Candy, you and that blue.
Oh,
did she freeze?
I think she froze.
She froze, and Lainey tried to pop in at the same time. He's like, hold on. Wait, lady, was it your mutant gift that got Kira froze? She froze.
I don't think you guys can hear me
Oh,
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can.
because y'all are.
What?
What? What happened?
You're just not letting Kira be great today.
Like, okay, fine. She was fine. We can hear you. We can hear
We
you.
can
Now.
hear you, lady.
We might need to pick her out and bring her back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Type it up for me. Yeah, she froze. Laney, no, did Laney freeze? No, Laney didn't freeze.
No, Lainey's active. I don't think she can
Lane's
hear
good.
us.
I don't think she can hear us. Yeah.
Yeah, Lainey
So-
can hear us. Lainey can't hear us.
Look at that. They let us be great on one end, and they was like, "Oh, y'all ain't gonna get it all together." Okay.
Yeah, Lainey can hear us. Lainey can't hear us.
So
Feedback.
what? Yeah,
Hold on.
it's
Who's
not
that?
me.
You have company, people.
Hold on. Let's see if it's Laney. Hold on. No, it's not Laney. I don't think it is. Laney, mute your mic for a second. It's Laney.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I know it's not me.
She was getting feedback.
Technical difficulties. We have a heavier load than usual today.
She's got to
Right.
get her elemental and her spiritual powers together real quick. So
Disruption in the force. I think it was my new toy that I have that messed me up. I had to turn it off.
So you were mentioning Candy B's dress, you said?
Yes. They both look lovely, and they both look lovely in that. Yes.
You tried to compliment. Let's be honest. Who did you really try to compliment in that sentence?
Yes.
It's Candy.
I think
So
Crazy.
shout out
I
to
think Crazy would have been fine with that. He's like, it's cool. We know who you was trying to compliment.
Listen, look, from one sister friend to another, I if they out there, compliment them.
Yeah. But once again, congratulations to the Mercados. They did a great job. They look fantastic. They're one other couple of blurs that I absolutely love. So they have been added to the ranks. So shout out to them. It's 227 today. So shout out to the show 227.
Mm-hmm.
No place like home.
Oh, Jack A. Yeah.
Yeah. So So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of milestones. There's a lot of milestones in the community. So, and I think we're gonna be covering that pretty soon before the season ends up. But without further ado, we're gonna get to Anthony, because Anthony, you got a book.
I do have a book.
You got a Kickstarter.
I do. Yep.
And I'm gonna show the people who are watching this who haven't seen it this right here.
Nice.
The Woman from A.F.R.O. What is that an acronym for?
The All-Female Revolutionary Organization.
And that's all I needed to know, because baby, now I'm on board. That's all I need to know. Oh my God. So tell us what this book is about, man. I wasn't even expecting that, but okay.
Yep. So this book is it's the Black female James Bond. This is actually issue 2. We successfully did the first Kickstarter for issue number 1 last year, so this is the follow-up issue. The whole issue is going to be a 7-part series, but like I say, A.F.R.O stands for the All-Female Revolutionary Organization. Our main character is Stella Rae Simone, A.F.R.O's #1 secret operative. And
this woman here, this young woman here.
Yeah, that woman right there.
She's giving
Stella
me
Rae.
all Miss. She's giving me Misty and Jackie, and she's giving me all of that.
Supposed to be all of that. Actually, it's funny. It's all of that, and a big inspiration for the character is actually my aunt Carla Rae, which is how she got her second. But Stella Rae Simone, the last name is for Nina. Huge Nina Simone fan.
Look at that.
Nice.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'm trying to throw a bunch in there. So yeah, it's a global espionage spy thriller.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've already given the inspiration for your character, and obviously the inspirations for other characters.
Mm-hmm.
what can we expect to see in this series?
So, I love spy movies, and kind of when like the idea, like when I first started playing around with the idea, I just really love the idea of like a globe-trotting spy thriller, but from places we don't get to see, right? So the whole thing, it starts in Chicago. The whole thing starts with like Stella's basically on the protection detail for the scientist Keith Washington, who's invented this thing that's basically going to stop global warming. And in the first issue, he gets kidnapped by a mercenary named Franklin Shepard, and it kind of ends on a cliffhanger. And issue 2 picks up kind of right where it ends. But it's a globe-trotting adventure. I don't want to give too much of the story away because it's meant to be a mystery, but it touches on places that like it starts in Chicago, it goes to Cairo, it goes to Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, it goes to the Rwenzori Mountains in Uganda. So it's like, I wanted it to go like all those places where you see like Europe, or you see all these lavish, beautiful locations. I wanted it to be that, but from a total black side of things.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he's naming spots that no one would really think of,
Right.
And now that you're doing it from the black perspective, let alone the black female perspective, and you're coming up with all these locations, I'm like, this is cool, because this is something we've talked about numerous occasions on this platform, like just seeing ourselves in those type of fields, sci-fi, fantasy, spy thrillers, action adventures, these type of things. Is this something you would love to see as a live action?
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of, if I had to bet, I'd say that like maybe animation might happen first. But either one would be totally amenable to me. I don't really care which.
When you say animation, now I think of a certain show we'll talk about a little bit later. But I can see like if it's a spy thriller, we're talking there's some action scenes, like
absolutely,
like Mission Impossible type
heavy ones. And yeah, it starts, the first episode has a little, and the second one is a continuation. But no, I got some cool ones in there for sure.
So you have an interesting background. You're on the West Coast, correct? And you work on television movie sets.
Yeah,
as lighting director.
Sometimes I'm a lighting director, but most of the time I am a set lighting technician. I'm in the union out here, which is local 728. So yeah, I've been working on movie sets for about 20 years now. Maybe a little longer.
In the mix. He's already in the mix of things. Does it bother you when you see certain shows and you can say the lighting or something's just off?
So when I first started doing it, I noticed like all sorts, like that was all I could look at. You get to a point where you get numb to it, so I don't care anymore. Now, I kind of I'm able to kind of tune out. It probably happened about 10 or 15 years. It was like, you know what? I don't care about how I might have done things. You know what I'm saying? I can actually just sit back and watch for the story. So,
okay.
Birthing the woman from A.F.R.O, because every time I see this image, I mentioned Misty Knight. I mentioned Pam Grier. I think of Sister Girl from
Undercover Brother.
The Undercover Brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think of all these staples of black women just kicking ass, just and not even caring. And you said it was inspiration from your aunt. What did she say when you put that in context for?
Okay, so I'll give you the whole story, right? And the way that the whole thing started was in addition to doing the comic book thing, is kind of like I'm very new to that. I started a clothing company called A.F.R.O Life, which kind of started as a joke and then gained a little momentum. And so I was actually figuring out like just different shirts, because I'm really good with puns. So I was kind of like just coming up with all these different ideas, and I came up with this idea to do like a line of almost like blaxploitation movie poster shirts, but just it had like puns on fro, or fro puns. So like one I did that I have looked like was the Perminator, but the man from Uncle.
I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it, every last bit of it.
I actually got a poster. We're gonna do some shirts like that pretty soon, because I got the artwork for that done. But so I came up with the Man from Afro, just like the Man from Uncle. And I actually got some artwork done for the Man from Afro, and I kept trying to figure out what Afro would stand for. And the only thing I could think of was the All-Female Revolutionary Organization. Now, I want to say that I made the pivot to the Woman from Afro quickly. I'd like to say that. I did not. It took me
The
like
important thing is that you
trying,
did.
yeah,
You
I
tried.
was
Yeah,
like
you
really
gave it a
trying to
shot.
rack my brain about like why would the Man from Afro be working with the all-female, and I couldn't think of anything else. And then finally, an embarrassing amount of time later, I was like, it should probably just be the Woman from Afro. And then I started thinking about what that character would be, and we all got that one aunt who we know and love and is the life of the party, and that's my Aunt Carla. So I kind of just based some attitude and like around that. And no, she loved it when I told her, because it was like the middle name Ray was the homage to her. So I was like, oh, Carla Ray, it'll be Stella Ray. But yeah, no, she totally digs it.
So it's funny when you mentioned like if they had a guy, and I said, well, if there was a guy, I mean, why not?
That part.
Right.
Let's go.
For sure.
Who's going to tell him no? That's just what I'm saying.
Who would tell
I
her
like
no?
to be
Not
there
me.
when they
For
do.
sure.
I don't think that'll end well. I like to be there when they do.
So what did that mean when you seen Mr. Jackson himself wearing one of your shirts?
Oh, that was awesome. So, fortunately, I'm lucky enough to kind of be behind the scenes on a lot of Hollywood things. And, so it's like, it's funny because like I go around a lot of people and people kind of know me because I give out like a bunch of stickers and like, shirts. So people will sometimes know me from that before they ever meet me. So I remember I got a partner, his name's Ryan, and he had given a shirt to some production assistant. And apparently she was in Atlanta just wearing a Frozilla shirt on a Samuel Jackson movie. And I guess he just stopped her and said, "Where'd you get that?" She called my man Ryan. I was literally in the car with him when he got the call, and he was like, "Sam Jackson wants a shirt. Can we send one down to Atlanta?" Say less. So we, went back to the shop, sent him one. And then, yeah, a couple weeks later, he popped out in that. That was amazing.
Nice.
One of the stopping your tracks moment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't remember where we were going, but I know we had an immediate U-turn.
Turn now.
Yeah.
Sam Jackson is on the phone. You do what's need to be done.
Man wants one of your shirts. Yeah, we can wait to eat.
No, we
can wait to do whatever.
I don't need to go to urgent care that bad. Just turn it around.
Tell my wife to hold the baby just a little bit longer. Sam Jackson's on the phone. So what's the next? So you said you can see this transferred over to animation. You can see it transferred over to live action. We've talked about the birth of the Woman from Afro and of Stella, and just is her look inspired by your aunt as well, or is their look inspired by all those people I mentioned earlier?
Coincidentally, like a little bit of my aunt is in there, but I would say it was more. I remember when I talked to my artist is in Brazil. His name is Ednardo Alves. But I gave him some Pam Grier photos, some Foxy Brown, Coffee. There was someone else, but it was more in that vein.
I mean, it's never a bad look. I mean,
yeah, and I mean that's the homage. There's a lot of other stuff in there, but that is the homage is to Foxy Brown.
For those that's just joining in, this is that look of that cover there. It screams badass.
I want to cosplay as that so bad.
What do you mean?
Oh God,
what's that? You're going to cosplay as that? Got it. Yeah.
Listen,
that part.
And the 70s show. I mean, not 70s show. 70s day on Spirit Week. That's it.
All you got to do is call up Sir Julius. He'll do the 3D print for all the padding. And
That
stuff.
part.
Be easy.
I'll send you whatever photos you need. I got.
So you have the Kickstarter is live now, correct?
The Kickstarter is live. You can, I think the link is in my Instagram bio. And also if you go to my website, frolife.com, FROLIFE.com, you can find it there too.
Right. This is a dope look, man. And you said this is your first time in comics.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is my first comic. Like I said, it's issue 2. I kind of wrote the whole script over the pandemic, which, I finally had the time to sit down. I kind of outlined it before, and
Mhm.
I kind of had that for maybe, I don't know, maybe even a year. But then once the pandemic hit and we all finally had some time to sit down, I kind of wrote the whole thing out as like a film script, and then transitioned it over into a comic book script.
Okay.
Hmm.
Without giving too much away, because you mentioned different locations that this is going to take place. So, but without giving too much away, because we want people to jump on this Kickstarter. We want them to go because you're not the first one who's come on and said this is my first time coming out in the comic book world and had a successful Kickstarter. I'm not saying it's us, but I'm saying it's us.
We're batting 1,000 at the moment.
Right.
What are we at? 6 or something? Or more? 6 or 7?
Yeah. They seem to clear. So y'all go out there and you show some love to that. But what else can you expect to see in this series without giving too much away?
I mean, the classic spy tropes, obviously she's got a ton of, Afro specific gadgets. She's got like her own Q who kind of makes her all that, makes her a bunch of stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, let's see. There's a shootout with some North Koreans at an airfield in Cairo.
Hmm.
It all ends in a secret mountain base. There may or may not be, I guess, her mentor. There may or may not be a kind of, mentor villain relationship that kind of pops up later. Plenty of action. There's, I guess, there's an Afro guy like the Bond girls. There's a, Afro
There's a guy.
guy.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a what love interest, I guess you can say there.
Yeah. Sleek locations, cool dialogue, a bunch of action. Yeah, just badass spy stuff.
Nice.
Okay. I'm gonna ask one and then I'm gonna let the crew ask a question. If this was a live action, or here's the thing. If you had to do a live action, who would you want to play it? Or if it was an animation, who would you want to voice it?
The second one I hadn't thought about. Somebody asked me that first one, and I almost was like, I think Zazie Beetz, the woman who played Domino in Deadpool.
All right. It's acceptable. It's acceptable. That'll work.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, I gotta think about who I would get to voice it.
And see, now that and when you say that, I think of Domino. I'm like, she was halfway there.
Yeah.
Yep. Very much.
You know what though? It might be Zoe Saldana, and not even for like the Marvel stuff, but just from Lioness.
Okay.
Don't fall off the bed. She about to fall off the bed.
That fucking show is amazing, and nobody will fucking say I'll watch it. Anyway, sorry.
It's literally on my watch list. It's a lot on my watch
list.
My
God. It's amazing. There were 2 or 3 real problems that I have with that show. And they're like minor things. It's not like the show is amazing, but there are 2 or 3 things where I'm just kind of like, okay, that's a little dumb. But other than that, yeah, I love it.
Christy said,
a little couple writing things I would change, maybe a character. But outside of that, everybody good.
Yeah, no, it's a good one.
Nice.
Well, go ahead, Lady Mandalore. What you got a question?
Sort of, kind of, it's a question.
She has 5 questions in her head right now. She's trying to figure out which one to ask.
I have a singular question with too many words. So I'm thinking. So I don't know what I'm getting in the comic yet, but what I'm thinking of is something that's really descriptive, as far as the scenery goes. Like I'm thinking of it in written terms. I kind of picture the detail of the comic to be almost exact about the locations. Did you use any references, or are you trying to be as accurate as possible in the places that they go to?
Your images? 100%. Yeah, like Google Images, like certain stuff like this will, if we're in a city, this will happen at this building. Yeah, completely, 100%.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, look, that was easy.
She's holding off on the other 4.
Oh, our grill to horror. What you got?
Hello. Not actually. I just this.
Uh-oh.
The female version of Ethan Hawke.
Okay,
Like
she went in and
I love. Is it coming through? Oh
yeah,
man,
you're
is it
not.
going on again?
Oh, it's delayed, but she a
Oh,
little
okay.
delayed, but that's it.
She said she got to she likes it as
Okay.
a female version of Ethan Hawke, so I caught it.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Because like I've never seen that for me. You know what I mean? And so like again, I'm big on representation, and just being able to see that is just amazing to me.
Oh,
So I'm looking
awesome.
forward to definitely reading this.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, and if you go to my website, frolife.com, you can buy issue number 1 in the physical form, but it is free online. Like you can download the PDF for free on my website.
So
Nah, we
Spartan,
supporting.
Spartan's,
We
I think
supporting.
supporting.
Done.
Support, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We
We supporting.
go support.
Say, can you put that in the chat or something? Because I'm gonna look that up right now.
You got it. Who got it? Spartan got it or Tafari? Tafari normally got those links together.
Yeah, but Safari beat me to it. Safari usually beats me too on the keyboard, so I don't even try no more.
Yeah, but I mean, like
He
I said,
smiles and talks and it's just like tick, 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 done. Wait, whoa, hold on, you were talking.
you can buy it, and
If y'all put it in the private chat, I have to like switch my accounts to the blurred eye thing, or it blocks it when I put it in the main chat. That's why I'm always over here like digging.
You said frorevolution.com?
Oh no, it's just
Frolife.
FROLIFE.com. Yeah, the Instagram is at the Refrolution. I got it. There's a whole vocabulary. It's
I know
fairly
I'm not gonna
extensive.
hold you. That is pretty damn slick. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'm gonna put it in the main chat for everybody to see it, so you can go show you. And Spartan got it already. There it is. Yeah. There it is. Don't be cheap. Go show your love over there to the frolife.com and Refrolution.
The Refrolution. Yep.
Refrolution on IG. Don't do it free.
Right.
Don't be cheap.
Exactly.
Because we do want to see this in another medium as well, because that's something we don't get to see a lot of is our brothers and sisters being exhibited in different factions, and not play side characters or whatever the case may be. So Spartan, you got something?
Oh, he kind of answered about 6 of my 12 questions.
Give me the other half.
Because you saw my comic ones. I'm like, dang, he took okay. We covered that. Kira covered 12. Well, let's talk about your movie Set Life. Was there one particular show or movie that kind of sticks out to you that was a part of the gig that you loved, or just was just unforgettable to you?
Oh yeah. So I don't get too starstruck. There have been 3 times that I've been starstruck where I've been like, okay, this is really cool. The first time was Hulk Hogan. The movie they got in the Union on, Hulk Hogan was on. It was kind of when he was doing the Hogan's thing.
Okay.
And he was, that was a little disappointing, to be honest. I don't know, just the whole vibe. I kind of wasn't with it. But I got to do an interview with Quincy Jones, where we went to Quincy Jones's house, and I was like me and like 4 other people in the room with Quincy Jones, which was amazing. Nice. And then I got to work with Prince for about a month.
God, okay.
Dang, that.
he puts.
Sorry, gang. 1600. I guess we tapped out.
All right.
Kira, reattach.
No, that's my uncle in my head though.
He got to work with Prince. That's a hang your hat moment. Like,
yep. Yeah, it was like every weekend for like a month he was making this little small movie. I got to be in the movie. And then the whole time we were there, he had his band, so we got to see him like rehearsing for his Vegas set. But yeah, it was
nice.
That was
wow.
That's incredible.
Nothing's come close.
You are the second person that I've spoken to since I've been doing this show who has been in Prince's house. Somehow I missed the boat.
Okay.
So
a couple of years too late.
Goddamn.
There was a story around that time. There's like the whole entire story is long itself, but like every time I would go there, like I would find a new piece of the house, like it was huge, and there was always like he had a ballroom. There was like the Prince symbol inlaid in the floor. There was an elevator in the house. like that was lined with purple velvet that had like the gold print symbol inlaid. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking it's amazing. It was about the end of the week. They were like moving out, and we kind of been there. It was like a small crew. We're kind of like, hey, what's going on? Like, oh, yeah, this is it. Like, we're going. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to give the house back to the owner. Like, the owner. It's like he had customed out this house, like I say, like just crazy. And like, oh, it was Carlos Boozer's house.
What? Another Prince mystery. I swear to God. He's like, well, where does he live?
This man become
he lives.
This needs to be on Chappelle.
He is everywhere and nowhere all at once.
Exactly. This needs to be on Dave Chappelle.
At this point, Prince is the Batman of the music industry. He's like, he's there, but you will never figure out where his operations are.
No,
like,
that's not inaccurate.
Like that's all we did. Like within the past this year and last year alone, I've heard more behind the scenes Prince stories, and I'm like, you mean Charlie Murphy wasn't the only one? Like, there's other stories.
No, I know a couple people with them too that it's like, and they're all kind of like what you would expect them to be.
So did they really all have like a glowing aura around them when they walk in the room?
Okay, so fact, right? I swear to you, I'm not lying. When I got there, right, and I didn't even know I was supposed to be staying. I thought it was just dropping off some equipment, and then I ended up being like the dolly grip, So basically, it's like, hey, come out here. It's like a camera dolly. It's this big, heavy piece of equipment. Lay out some tracks. So we're just chilling by Prince's pool. Right. And I'm like, I am trying not to flip out, but like my household was a Prince household more than it was a Michael household. You know what I'm saying? I love both. So the DP is like, hey, all right, we got it all set. We just gonna sit here and wait for Prince. I'm like, okay, cool. Everything's cool. I'm not tripping out. It's cool. We were at the pool. The house was like further up the hill, right? There was some stairs that kind of came down the hill. I swear to you, I was not looking at the top of them steps. There was a sound effect. Because I know that, like, literally my head just whipped up and I see Prince not even walking down the steps, just at the top of the steps in a sleeveless beige karate suit flanked by his two 18-year-old dancers. And then, like, he took a moment before and then he started just diddy bopping down the steps. Whatever you heard. Is
wow.
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 He did the Smooth Brother sidestep down the stairs. Is what that's what he did.
A great man once said, "Get the French toast out of here."
I am done.
That right there have been like, I just saw this man just smooth coming down some steps as if a damn song was playing.
I swear I heard music in my head.
I bet you was playing in your head.
To this day, there was a sound effect.
Wow.
Prince is probably the only cat I know who won a Grammy, and then when he went to do the interview, he did a set instead. They would ask me a question. He was like, "Nah, we played a couple songs." I'm like, "Are you going to tell him no?"
Who's gonna tell him no? Who's gonna tell him no? Nobody.
And you better record. You better record the set because I'm pretty sure your publicist is going to be pissed if you don't.
Tafari, are you right? The only performer in the Super Bowl where God gave his appreciation.
Yeah, he did.
Bless up.
I mean, he ain't lying. He's not lying. Super Bowl performance, and it starts raining as he's playing Purple Rain. I didn't make these things up. I was like, wait, isn't that gonna mess up? Well, I guess it's just gonna be the equipment's gonna be fine. Okay. And it doesn't look like Prince is wet at all. Okay.
He's got his own aura. You know, going to the Super Bowl, say Prince is doing the halftime show. Bring your umbrella. What? Bring your umbrella. Trust me on this.
I don't think the guitar tech was complaining. He's like, look, let that man play. I will replace every string on that guitar. Let that man play.
Yep.
Damn. Wow. How do you have that? You don't. It's Prince.
I mean,
you can't.
Yeah.
Prince.
He did it. He played. This is how you leave the room, people. Speechless and wanting more. So working in there for a month.
Right. This we keep finding these people with these Prince stories. I'm gonna start. It's gonna become a life of its own at some point.
It is. I really do hope that someone's get together and say, hey, there's a book out here, or there's a documentary. These are these stories, uncharted, and we just like, and what happened after that? I don't know. He just
Yeah,
he
that
moved on
actually
to the
would be an
next story.
amazing documentary.
Yeah.
Just like the random Prince stories that people have, that would be amazing.
I actually heard one maybe a couple of years ago where when Michael passed away, and I can't remember who was telling the story, but he said Prince called him over to the house, and they sat out on the balcony for hours until the sun came up, and that's all he talked about was all his Michael stories. And I'm like, you're sitting there talking for hours on end about how great of an artist Michael Jackson is. Like, all that talk about Prince versus Michael is nothing. It means nothing.
I mean, that's the truth, though. I mean, we got Navy. You got any questions, man? You look deep in thought over there.
Yes, of course I do. How dare you?
I thought he was
sitting here all quiet and whatnot.
I thought he was trying to convert, like trying to figure out, like, that is a lot of Prince information to kind of.
Maybe had a Rolodex of questions. He just needs to go ahead and ask him.
Nah, I'm not like Kara. See, my database isn't large. First of all, the comic is amazing. I love how it takes a throwback to the 70s, the exploitation, especially the movies, because I grew up when those, Cleopatra Jones, Superfly, Mother Jugs and Speed, all of them. Is there a artist or writer in the comic world that you would love to work with on a future project?
I don't know. I mean, I've been busy focusing on my own stuff. I kind of now have just started to. I did my first Comic-Con last year, which was Long Beach Comic-Con, and it's amazing because I just feel like they're just all these really cool indie black comics, that like I kind of had no idea were out there.
BlurCon. Yeah, we need to get into BlurCon. Yes.
Yeah, and that's my goal. Like, this coming up here is to start trying to hit as many of those as possible. I met some really cool people. There was one I really liked.
Nice.
I think Royal Oak Comics, but they had this really cool one called Who's Bad. The dude's name was Jamal Hurley. Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer.
Yes, that's family right there.
Yeah, that's David. Yeah.
I haven't read the comic book yet, but I need to order one. I've seen, what is the name of it? It's not the protagonist, the antagonist, I think. Is that what it is? Yeah. So like I've seen that. I haven't read it, but that I was like, yo, that's really, really cool. So I mean, I think those might be the three that I can think of off top.
Yeah. David Crownson, who does Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer, he's good people. He's been on the show. He had his stuff show up in Times Square, and I'm like, man, that's
one I've been following. Where it's like, that's just, I mean, the concept, the art, the execution, like that's all just amazing. So
yeah, that's good stuff. And the antagonist, good stuff. Like, it's what we do here is like we just highlight all the black indie artists and comic writers because, like you said, we don't get to see them enough or at all for that matter.
Right. And there was just a ton, like there was some stuff I was aware of online, but then, just even going to the Comic-Con, like Long Beach Comic-Con, which isn't, I guess like quote unquote a black Comic-Con, and seeing some of the creators there, I was like, there's some really cool stuff out there.
There's a pool. There's a I don't even want to say pool. There is a sea of black indie creatives who are, if the right exposure was there, would be putting the two big houses to shame. Honestly, just because the different styles of storytelling, there's different styles of art. One thing we always talk about is like, hair texture and hair, we're just now getting stormed. Just now getting stormed with Kinky Curly. And it's just like, it took you how long? So
for all their artist work, they could not figure out black people hair for the longest god dang time.
I mean, but was there really that much of a impetus on them too? I just feel like, there wasn't ever really pressure. And if like, if you kind of don't deal with it day to day, you know, I mean, we all know what it's like to have.
I was just saying that if you don't have it,
Yeah.
you won't know how to deal with it, let alone illustrate it or even envision it.
Fair.
But also randomly shout out to Virtuous Con because they had a whole panel about that this weekend, teaching people how to draw black hair. It's needed. Clearly needed.
Thank you for putting that quote up there, Verb. I appreciate it. I will stand on it, as the children say, standing on business. You won't hear me. Yes, I still purchase those things, but at the same time, I'm going to say something.
Right.
So, but man, Anthony, this is. I'm looking at some of the panels like you have, and I'm like, the art itself is dope. And
Oh yeah, my artist in Brazil, like I said, Eduardo Alves, is amazing. I actually met him through the guy that does my colors, Jermail Lessie, who's got his own comic book, Absolver, out of Concrete Comics. Yeah, so he's doing my color, and then he introduced me online to the artist who's down in Brazil. But yeah, he's amazing.
See, this is what we need. We need good stuff like this. I'm gonna put the Kickstarter up here too.
A web of artists, if you will, not Madam Web, but a web of artists.
One of the cool things too is like if you go to the Kickstarter, there is what I plan to do over the life of the project is, I think so far we've touched like 4 continents. It's like North America, South America. The guy that did the cover for issue 2, the A cover, is Riley Coyote, who's out of Nigeria, and then my B cover guy is based out of Manila. So the actual collaboration has been almost more international than the story will be, which has been like phenomenal.
Wow. Nice.
Wow.
I'm loving this. I'm really loving this.
Ain't got no business being this late.
But yes, it does.
That means it's a good thing. That's a good thing.
How darest thou?
I dare. I want to show this piece that's on the Kickstarter just to give people an idea what they are getting, what they're missing out on if you don't support. Here we go.
Nice.
Hey, what's up? My name is Anthony Jefferson, writer and creator of The Woman from Afro and founder of A.F.R.O Apparel and Comics. Last year, we successfully launched issue number 1 of our very first comic book, The Woman from Afro 1 Kickstarter, and now we are back with issue number 2. If you supported us on the first Kickstarter, thank you. Your support was greatly appreciated, and if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. The Woman from Afro is a 7-part global espionage spy thriller starring Stella Rae Simone as our titular character, The Woman from Afro. It takes inspiration from classic blaxploitation and spy movies. Please go ahead and check out the Kickstarter, and if you like what you see, pick up a copy or share the campaign with someone. We got a ton of cool rewards for you guys, including this t-shirt and a bunch of other stuff. Thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah, I need a 3D.
I'm getting Tiana Paris vibes here, y'all. I'm getting Tiana Paris.
Thank you.
Yes. Low key, I think Issa could do it too.
Yeah.
Low key, I think they both can be in it.
Yeah.
I'm not turning nobody down.
This is dope, man. I like the way this looks, and you're right, Navy. It was giving me Tiana Paris vibes.
Yeah.
Like,
sorry, I saw the Marvels for the 3rd time yesterday. So
it's kind of hard not to watch it. It really is. It's
pretty
like
much.
what is their hate? Not a damn thing.
No.
Pretty solid. It's pretty solid.
I hope it gets animated because that's like growing up the type of representation I wanted. If anybody watched Totally Spies,
yeah,
get out of my head.
The only one we had, I think, was Alex, who was Afro-Latina, but she had her hair like the rest of the Valley girls, so she was skin-wise, she was the one of us. But or even when they had like Winx Club, when the girl fried her hair into an afro and then was crying because it wasn't straight like everyone else's. What's the Kickstarter? This is needed.
But yeah, go over to the Kickstarter. Go to all the websites. Go to all the here at frolife.com. Go to the Kickstarter. That's also in the chat. Go to the IG page. Show your support to Anthony because this is a project that is needed
Yes.
heavenly to be seen and most likely transferred over to another medium.
Yep.
Hopefully so. I feel like we'll get there.
Miss
Oh, hey,
Ray, Miss Ayers, we are looking for you.
Can I show too? I got some of the rewards here. I make all my stuff in house, but this is one of the T-shirts or the sweatshirt rather.
Oh,
yeah,
That's dope.
kind of that.
Please tell me you have that in a hoodie, sir.
I could do a hoodie. If you,
I got to get some of that.
Yeah. This is the
I'm getting
the
it.
jacket right here.
Look at that jacket.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry.
Your iPad is like, no, I want to see your face. Like, no, I want to see your face.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know during that Kickstarter video, I was looking at your posters in the background, which I'm seeing now as well. And I'm like, dude, yes. Please.
Oh, eventually I'm trying to get this whole room lined with them. If you can kind of see them, there's like Froltergeist. I do every Friday the 13th, I do a Friday the 13th drop. And then Frozilla in the back. So yeah, I'm just trying to get a little Frominum.
We're gonna take a quick break. Anthony, can you stick around with us while we talk about the news?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we'll be right back. We got a little bit of news to talk about, but if you stick around, you never know what you're gonna see. So. Blurred's Eye View is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blurred's Eye View for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blurs across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 blurred mystery box company.
This just in.
Feeling groggy in the morning? Coffee just can't give you that pep in the step that you're looking for? Try Pop Starts for that great get up and go that adults need. Pop Starts has the vitamin and nutrients that only grown-ups can partake in, and with flavors such as tossed salad and scrambled eggs, and Jack Daniels and Bud Light flavors to start your day or end it, there's nothing better to wake up to unless you count that depressing cubicle job. Well, anyway, try Pop Starts today. Pop Starts is not part of the Kellogg's Corporation. Pop Starts could give you diarrhea. Pop Starts are not found in your local grocery store.
What's happening? Hair longer, money ain't, so pay attention. Last couple seasons on the show have been very busy, and just to make navigating that easier for you all, I've taken it upon myself to go ahead and clean up the channel a little bit. However, if you are here for just a specific type of content, or you're new here and want to see what we're about, highly recommend our playlist section for you. If you want to see us react or review movies, trailers, video games, and whatnot, that's up there. I get it, not everybody can sit through a 2-hour podcast. So if you just want to see what the best or funniest bits were from each episode, that's going to be our highlights section. If you want to see some of the cool guests we've had on for interviews, up here. If you want to see some of the cool guests we've got to interview IRL, over here. Also, yes, please do all 3 of those. Now, if you'll excuse me, still looking for answers on that.
All right, here we go. Sony.
That name is a curse word now. That's all I gotta say.
Absolutely.
Oh, I thought it was Tesla.
That's the other curse word.
So amongst the bomb of Madam Web, they also are dealing with a significant PlayStation layoff, starting with 900 people over in the London branch. This is affecting Insomnia Games as well. Who just had a major big thing. Naughty Dog Gorilla, Fire Sprite, and their London studios all being affected. This is stupid. It's changing. The video game landscape is absolutely changing. We know this now. It's no secret. And we're Team Physical Media over here. I don't think they've seen this. If they seen this downfall coming, then okay, kudos. You planned ahead. But if you didn't, after the banner year you had just releasing Spider-Man, this is not good.
At
all. It's not good. It does it put you off? Does it put you off certain things when it comes to the gaming platforms at this point?
Yes. Simply because at one point I'm old school. The most advanced machine that I have in my house is an Xbox One. And I even contemplated getting a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. And I looked up and I was like, well, I have to download everything. I like physical. I like to hold on to it. I like to be able to pass it on to my friends. Back in the days where you would have a Nintendo 64 or Super Nintendo, be like, yo, you got that Final Fantasy? Yeah, here you go. Trade. Boom, boom, boom. You don't have that anymore because they won't allow it because they're worried about being pirated. You're destroying the whole thing in the first place. You're not making it fun anymore. No thanks. Blurred Station. That's all I gotta say.
Before we go on, speaking of Blurred Station, if you have not heard the news, we are also the news team over at Blurred Station under the Blurred News Network. The news that we just recently dropped is we signed up with Michael Jai White to be a producer and an actor on an upcoming live action series. So go show your love to Blurred Station. Sign up. The Affinity package is still available. If you left, you can come back. $10.99 a month. At the end, you get equity at the end of that 36-month deal, which means you get a piece of the company, and your product goes into helping create animes, live actions, all these things that's going on, like Jarrell Patton's Undead Horizon and issue 1. So you want to see us out there talking to the people like you used to see on Entertainment Tonight? Go over to Blurred Station. Go sign up. Help us get out there. Help us get to those places. Help us find those locations and film these live actions. It's a lot of stuff coming. It's a lot of stuff coming.
It's a lot of stuff coming.
A lot.
That was barely the tip of the iceberg. So go sign up the Blurred Station. Nickelodeon is resurrecting a certain show. Fairly Odd Parents.
Again.
He beat me to it.
Again. This will be the animated. It'll be a 20 episode season. It's animated, and it won't be Timmy Turner. It will be a new young kid, black girl.
Really? You better bring back Jimmy Neutron for all that bullshit.
Listen, no.
Look,
wait a minute.
Slander.
Bring back
shows that didn't get canceled. They just stopped playing it.
I mean, yeah. Of all the shows you can bring back, I was like, I'm about to get happy and say Nickelodeon Guts. I mean, at least to be physical.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. Let's go. Okay.
I will go for Arnold. Hey, Arnold.
Hey, see where he's at now.
I mean, I don't mind Fairly Odd Parents, but what else?
Thank you. What else are you going to offer us?
And the thing is, they've given their older shows a decent send off. The Invader Zim special was good. The Hey Arnold movie was a good wrap up, and then Rocco's Modern Life was just the bronze medal or whatever that was.
Let's just say it wasn't good.
You have to remember, this is the same network that put Ren and Stimpy on and thought it was appropriate.
Well, there was two versions. There was a Nickelodeon and there was a Comedy Central one, and they ran at the same time.
I did not see anything on Comedy Central. Trust me. Everything I saw that just destroyed my mind was on Nickelodeon. So I don't care what you're telling me. You give me the industry definition. I don't care.
So Navy, does the Happy Joy Joy song stay in your head?
It has its own apartment.
Totally.
Does Sony Execs work in Nickelodeon? Because these are all just horrible decisions.
Yeah.
Listen.
Like between Madam Web and Funimation dying in the same month, I was like, someone's getting fired. I didn't think it'd be the 900 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sacrifice.
And the executives, always the people.
Yeah.
Well,
now
the executives aren't the ones doing anything wrong. You didn't know that?
Look, me and Kevin on stage are now watching Haikyuu and sub because the dub doesn't exist anywhere.
I mean,
It now become the very thing you were going to destroy.
You figure
so far, don't make me cry.
Yeah,
you know,
you figure with Warner Brothers and Paramount no longer doing the merger because Warner Brothers often feels that they're the best in storytelling.
The fuck?
I would throw up, but I liked what I had for lunch.
Oh man,
I would laugh and say, Audacity had a hell of a fire sale, didn't it?
That's Coyote versus Acme.
Warner Brothers. Okay.
It was out of their mouths, not mine.
I mean, they're about as marketable.
So someone is up to returning to a role if James Gunn asks them. Can you think of who it is?
Batista.
I was gonna say Carol.
Star-Lord.
He's already set. He's still in there.
Oh.
You said who, lady?
Rocky.
I was about to say James Gunn. I was gonna say Cavill.
Nope.
Cavill. I never say his name right.
If Gunn was doing it,
Brown coat.
Nope.
I can't see Malcolm. I can't see.
Although Malcolm would, he would. Captain Malcolm would come back. I already know.
Robert Downey.
Nope. Grant Gustin. He said he would.
What?
He said he would return in the Flash if James Gunn asked him.
They'll never do it, although that'd be the smartest decision they would do.
You mean my young man? And I used to see you play Yu-Gi-Oh at my store, and when I was working there years ago as a teenager. Oh heck yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
It would be a perfect casting, but would they do it?
No, that makes money.
Wait. Here, who's the they? Who's the they you're speaking of, Spartan? Because mind you, the studios aren't allowed to touch it. James Gunn has that same stipulation in place that he had with Disney.
Well, there's also the Chinese wall, the CW shows, and Greg Berlanti. Because
did you call me Greg Baloney?
I call him Baloney because who else would design shit shows that don't make it past 5 seasons? So I refuse to give him the respect of his last name.
We're being generous. It's really 3 and then live support for the remaining 2.
Yeah. That's fair. Hence Baloney.
That's fair. I want them to do good. Like I want them to do good. I'm not trying to. I don't want to sound like the people that are out on the internet just throwing out that I'm going to curse a lot here, throwing out fucking ideas just to see how it fucking feels without any goddamn concept of the person's age. If they actually can act the part, just because you want to see somebody in it doesn't mean that they need to be. In this particular case, Grant Gustin needs to be in this.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to be in this.
We need a proper Flash.
That
I was gonna say a proper Flash story.
Yes.
A proper Flash story. Do not do Paradox. Please don't do Paradox. Don't do One-Time War.
We don't. All due respect, Mr. Keaton, you were fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not looking for Batman and Friends. We're looking for the Flash.
Can we do the 1 minute war? Because that was actually a pretty dope storyline.
If they do the 1 minute war, they have to do what was the story before that? Shit. There's a story that leads up to the 1 minute war. I can't think of it to save my life right now.
I can't remember it either.
It'll come to me momentarily.
Yeah,
but
she's spitting. She be spitting.
Hot fire.
There are the MCU said they're ready to introduce Miles Morales into live action.
Hopefully not the Killmonger haircut.
I hope they get Miles, who played on Blackish. He's at that age now.
I can see that.
He's at the age. He's at the age, and at the same time, if they don't get him, you'd be foolish. You need to strike while the iron is hot.
But that'd be par for the course. They've been known to make foolish decisions before, but then they wonder why people aren't falling into their honey trap.
They woke up.
somebody else.
What you saying?
I don't know.
If we had to do a Miles Morales and we couldn't get who we wanted, who would it be?
See, I'm silly.
Because I'm gonna tell you now, we're gonna if they don't strike now, they're gonna have to go to another young actor who's an up and coming who we haven't seen yet.
I'd rather. Yeah.
I say this because right now, Millie Bobby Brown just turned 20 years old.
Yeah,
and we've been joking for years that by the time we get season 5 of Stranger Things, they be grown, and here they are, grown.
Honestly, Lucas from Stranger Things has a full grown ass man beard.
He does.
That's why
it
was too late.
It's only black.
That boy out on yachts, living his best 20-year-old life. He's not.
I've been saying this for years. These roles that are coming up, you can't use established stars anymore. You need to bring in fresh young actors and actresses. Give them the opportunity to establish themselves in whatever pantheon theatrically that has been established. You can't keep using the same faces over and over because the credibility of believing that character.
And guess who's doing that right now? James Gunn.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
He's digging in the craze for new actors.
He did it for Guardians because let's face it, most of the people in Guardians, they knew some of the people, but they weren't established like they are now.
I was telling Chris.
Yeah, Dave Bautista himself said it before he did Guardians. He did roles, but they were okay. He said he didn't really feel like people knew him until he did Drax. And
then with Chris Pratt wasn't the powerhouse. He didn't have that look. He was
Parks and Rex.
He's Parks and Rex. He was doughy around the edges. Nobody was looking when they seen him. They were like,
wait a minute. With that doughy.
He was nominating around Velociraptors.
That boy was thick, but cute. Not to say that, but he was.
Nobody was looking for that. Nobody was looking for that.
Nobody knew Bradley Cooper could do a voice like that.
And it's still weird seeing him say it. I just seen a video yesterday that showed them doing voice work, and it's still weird seeing Bradley Cooper at the top, Rocket at the bottom, and it's the same. It's like that's just good. That's just good.
Or we just call Cleo and ask him what role he wants to do. There you go.
Wait. Okay, I found somebody.
Okay.
Still wants to be an X-Men.
She almost leaned off her bed, so it must be someone dope.
I can see it. His name is Jaden Michael.
From
what?
I don't know. I do not know.
Familiar.
I do not know. I looked up young Dominican actors and
not on Google.
Voila.
He said, I don't know. She did it on Ask Jeeves. So of course, she did it on Google.
She'll come back on a list. Young Dominican actors.
So Anthony, what do you think of do you have a particular person in mind that could play a Miles Morales?
No, I don't think I'm well versed enough. I like Miles from Blackish. I feel the way everything is going now. Spider-Man's a big enough name, but like I just feel like the thinking behind everything is like you have to attach some kind of name to something, like for the studios, because these movies just cost so much money. I think I do like the idea of just going with unknown actors, because it kind of gives them a fresh start. It gives somebody a chance to kind of grow into stardom, like Tom Holland. But yeah, I mean, if I had to pick a name, I guess it would be Miles from Blackish, just because I could see that. But other than that, no.
Because you are taking a risk. I mean, that's the thing about it. Miles Morales is really a beloved character right now. And again, you do take the risk if you cast wrong. I get the whole idea of casting somebody new, which again would make sense. You want somebody age appropriate, again, would make sense. But it is a risk unless you have the right person. I mean, even Tom Holland was a dice roll until Homecoming.
Yeah, and let's put it like you said, Miles from Blackish. He's been campaigning like crazy. Like he wants it. And I mean, let's be honest. Donald Glover playing the uncle, and you look and you're like,
it was always there.
Yeah.
If there's anything, just let the man have it. I mean, just let him be proud. Let him be Uncle Aaron.
Let him be Uncle Aaron, and let's just walk it out. And and it's fine to change some of the background for Uncle Aaron for a live action. It's completely okay, because it doesn't have to be that same Prowler from that universe,
right?
We just know there's an Uncle Aaron who's a Prowler that's in Across the Spider-Verse. We know that, so it could work if. And once again, this goes down to writing.
Mm-hmm.
This boils down to writing and how you can get that adjusted. And Ray, I had a discussion today. I said I'm trying to watch Eternals again because character-wise, not a problem. Story-wise, drags.
Yeah.
And that takes away from you wanting to watch the film. Black Widow, great story, bad timing on release.
Yeah, man.
Because let's face it, is Black Widow really bad? No, it was just how do you care for?
You already know the ending. Like,
how do you care for that character? They're not here anymore.
$30 Disney Plus.
We've said this before, and we continue to say it. Writers who are writing these movie scripts that have no knowledge of comics are a detriment.
That right there.
They are a detriment to every universe, Marvel, DC. When Image finally starts coming out and creating their features, and any other creators out here who want to put them on the screen, if you have shabby writers who don't care or don't know anything about the source material, you're going to cause a problem. And then you can't get mad when the general public doesn't react positively because they look at you like, what the hell did we just watch?
If you put no love and care into what you do, why do you expect others to?
Right.
So I think and the Marvel universe has like a few problems to me, but I think one of the big one is I'd like them to see going back to just more self-contained stories. I feel like they lose so much trying to shoehorn everything into the wider universe.
Yes.
And it's like, people forget that like those first couple of movies, like all it was a little tag at the end that like, oh, hey, these are going to connect. But
that was it.
Yeah. But it's
Let's
like
get
at a certain point, it feels like a soap opera. Like, oh, I missed this show. Like I missed this movie or I missed this TV show. And now I don't know what's going on in this movie. And now
I mean, I agree. Like you just need to get back to basic. Like Miss Marvel's a perfect example. Miss Marvel was a completely contained story until that last scene.
Ding ding.
Yeah.
Otherwise than that, it was a great story.
I think their other issue is that they're not being patient like they were in the beginning of all this.
Thank you.
If you we want to see this. You will get our money. We will, if you are patient with your storytelling, you're gonna extend the life of your character.
Kieran, her thumbs up. Jesus Christ!
Can't stand you, Apple users.
And
Lady, you're just being a stalker right now.
It's okay to have longevity. You understand what I'm saying? Like
I hate this woman so much.
Celebrate your characters that you have.
Jesus. But I agree. I mean, you do have someone who is very well versed in Marvel lore already, and I just mentioned her, and it was Miss Marvel. It's the lovely Iman Vellani. She talk to her.
Has no problems there telling you who's in 616 and who's not.
Talk to Sam Jackson. Like you already have two people they love this stuff. Like when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was on the air, he literally said, I need to be on the show. It's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. How can you not have me? I'll do it for free.
That was, and they not a thought in their head to put that man on the show. Not a single thought until he said it.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew something was wrong.
It's like, I get it. You're trying to steer it away from him because it shouldn't be about him. I get it. But at the same time, it shouldn't have been less than a thought. You'd be like, it's Nick Fury. We can put him in the beginning. We can put him in the end. We can put him somewhere.
Somewhere.
And it would make sense. But again, somewhere down the line, they stopped trying to connect. When you stop trying to connect things and tell a story versus just putting out product after product, well, that's how you wind up with phase 2.
Yeah,
That
I
part.
feel like at some point the marketing dollars just took over, and they just like, hey, we can do this, and pump this money in here, and get this money back, and you end up with the storytelling kind of being told on like spreadsheets and calendars. Like, oh, well, we need this movie here, and we need this movie here.
I agree. Just put the tag at the end. Put the tag at the end. Give us back one shots. Jesus Christ.
That'd be too intelligent.
The one shots were amazing.
I just don't know. Is there anything wrong with stories ending with like saying that, okay, hey, we did this was good, and it's over? Like, that's my main thing, is like, oh, let's just keep dragging it out and dragging it out.
James Gunn did it. James Gunn told a contained story. He said, yes, these characters may show up in
others
in game and Infinity War, but other than that, they're doing their own thing. Like, somebody might pop up, Thor might pop up, and that's it. But other than that, this is their story. Like, we don't need Tony, or we don't need Kat, we don't need Natasha. They're doing their own thing.
And you made people care. You made people care about literally the least favorable group in the MCU, now the most popular group in the MCU, and you made people care.
You know, the only one that they have left that I genuinely would have concern for is the Hulk. And they're never going to get. I don't understand why they are not going to give that man a story.
Something. Give him something like.
Oh, they can't do the Hulk.
And then to tell him that it's not happening. What?
They don't have the right.
Even though Universal's rights will expire at the end of this year, they still will not do it.
It's kind of a waste.
Isn't the Incredible Hulk already on Disney Plus?
Yes,
it's on Disney Plus, but you know, it's the mouse that he runs. Whatever.
The mouse made a deal.
So I mean, they already have, I think, enough rights, and then the leader has just been out there for 2 decades now, or like what?
Yeah,
which he is showing up.
He's showing up in Brave New World. So
yeah, Brave New World. Yeah, so he's showing up, and I think by the time that might be right around the time everything falls off. And who knows? Who knows what happens from today up until that point? Like, they may end up changing their mind. They say, no, we're actually going to do a Hulk.
But the thing about it is, they should, just because the Hulk really does have a lot of stories on his own.
Oh yeah,
and I mean, not even counting World War Hulk when you try to tie Scar into it, which was a terrible weak ass excuse. But let's just be honest.
Fix it.
It was a terrible weak ass. Yeah, Joe Fixit. Joe Fixit would be a great one shot. Because
I would love to see him. I would love to see a Joe Fixit. Like just watching him go from green to gray. Now he's wearing a suit and he's being an enforcer for the mob.
But in Vegas, all places,
Joe Fixit would have worked great during the 5-year blip.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That would have been perfect during the 5-year.
The same way about Heroes for Hire.
Yeah, it'd been perfect for the blip. Like,
during
5 years,
had Thunderbolts.
Yeah, that would have been a perfect time for Luke Cage to mention the man that should not be named for $200. Like, just literally, what's the problem? A man owes me money. Where you going? I can't tell you. Just know I'm standing on business right now, but that man owes me $200.
Oh Lord!
If he says that at the dinner where his cousin and he has a son, and he's just like, I can just hear Jennifer say, "Hey, as long as you don't come back with another kid, we're fine."
Now, here's the thing too. I thought about this after seeing Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is one of my top tier favorites. I don't care anyone says. If you don't like my opinion, I don't care.
Hey, it's John Walker getting his ass whooped. I mean,
that part. But you bring in Baron Zemo into
history.
So you introduce Baron Zemo. So why not come out with Thunderbolts, since he is basically Citizen V?
Yeah.
I thought that would have been really dope during the blip. You don't have a whole lot of heroes.
Yeah, because that whole Agent 13 thing. I don't like how y'all did that. Where's the payoff?
He's alive. He could make an appearance.
But at the same time,
he can make an appearance like Ultron can still make an appearance. And I'm serious. Like, Ultron can still make an appearance. Like, he can still show up.
There's always a copy of him somewhere.
I said that about 3 weeks ago, talking
That
to
I-
some friends. I was like, "Yeah, I thought he's gone."
Well, I don't mind James Spader coming in. Like, that's a great read that he does as Ultron. It's just it's calm, and two people you don't want to mess with. Giancarlo and James Spader. Just those two people alone.
Because when they start the monologue,
monologuing, and you're just like, put these two guys in the room and let them monologue the hell out of each other. See how that plays out.
That would be
maybe that's what Deadpool will do. He'll like run through every timeline and just test the waters of who we like and who we don't.
I always thought the Kingpin was. I thought the Kingpin was a better monologuer than you. Just
I do enjoy a good Kingpin monologue. You're not wrong. I do like it. I do
Vincent
like it.
D'Onofrio was built for that role.
He was.
I was
built for that role.
Boy.
That when he meets Vanessa and he's in the art studio, she's like, "Oh, you're not gonna." He was like, "Well, I was going to ask you out, but you know," and she's like, "Oh, I thought you were going to buy every painting in here." And he says, "If you have to buy a woman, she isn't worth your time." And I'm like, "Bars."
Yes.
I'm sorry, my panty just fell off. Hold on.
Like bars.
Pick them up real quick.
Big bag boy. Set the big bag boy with the ball peen hammer.
Ladies and gentlemen, undergarment and disintegration in progress.
Mine was always the parable of he told the parable of the ill intent. That reminded me too much of Samuel L. Jackson's Pulp Fiction scene at the end, where I just love the fact that he's like, I thought I was the good Samaritan. He's like, no, I'm the evil, and I'm okay with that. That's like, did we just do Pulp Fiction for Disney? It's just
yes, we did. Yes.
So yeah, it's we're all in agreement that if they just work on the writing, it's okay to read. You don't have to be well versed in the comic books, but to get an idea. If you had Secret Invasion could have been executed perfectly had you just paid attention to what you were writing. It didn't have to be and didn't have to involve the superheroes. I'm okay with the political intrigue. That's fine. But the writing was there was no payoffs for a lot of stuff that happened in that show. Was it a horrible show? No, but there were payoffs that we did not get that didn't make sense.
And you didn't have to kill off two of your best people.
No, you didn't.
The payoffs come in sooner because clearly we're gonna see, I think, some payoff in Thunderbolts and Brave New World, but we had a whole Echo and what the Marvel
with Maria give me a payoff. Talos, I'm okay, but at least
Maria?
payoff with Maria.
Unless you bring back Maria as a life model decoy.
Or say that was the life model decoy. Something. Tell me something.
Well, heck, at the end of the Marvels, we know that they're starting to create the Young Avengers.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. I'm really excited for that.
Let it be Maria coming back, and she's just
Come
in a
on,
different
Patriot.
aspect. Whatever. I got a trailer to look at.
Yay!
Damn, Kira.
Finally, some good news.
Kira was going through it over there for a second.
So speaking of the mouse, we got a Waju that's coming up now, and here we go.
Oh, that deserved a better intro.
It does.
From Disney Animation and the groundbreaking storytellers of Kugali.
Happy birthday, Tola. This is Oti. You want stars for a pet?
It's great.
Comes a Disney Plus limited series.
What would you say if I asked you to go to the mainland?
Set in a futuristic Nigeria.
You want to see the real Lagos?
Yes, let's go.
Welcome to Lagos, Nigeria.
Tola, your daddy has done well for himself.
This is how to fish in large rivers.
Oti,
Where's my daughter? She's your responsibility. Find her.
Be careful, oh. Some of these people are actually dangerous.
I laugh in the face of danger.
I didn't hear you laugh. Oh.
I got you now.
Our team.
Go!
Actually, kind of cute. I take that back.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
It is
Wow.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
That looks good. Art direction, the art, hair. It's giving me hair, and I'm here for it.
Afrofuturism.
I was about to say she looks a lot like your character, Anthony.
I was gonna, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I dig that. That looks really cool.
So that looks
Yes,
like
ladies
a
and
lot of.
gentlemen.
So there's just a few show. Super 8, that's on Netflix. That's African show, superhero show about 4 young girls in Africa. That's cool.
I guess something else.
Yeah, they have some really cool ones that's out there. They bury them. God, they bury them, but they're there. Like, if it wasn't for shows like Sex, Love, and Robots and Love, Death, and Robots, where you have some great animation in a lot of those episodes.
Oh, yeah.
And then this comes along, and I'm like, we need that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need the woman from Afro. We need Uwaju. We need these type of shows.
And keep it off of Tubi.
Good Lord.
Right, that part.
And it's not some super sad trauma story in the trailer. We have just
Keep it off of Tubi, please.
We just have
It's
a happy future.
Beautiful.
We got a futuristic Nigeria and an African Perry the Platypus. Apparently,
That's a good one. My Dad the Bounty Hunter. That's a really good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, that was also
Perry
really
the
good. Wait,
Platypus.
quick question, because I like, is Tubi that bad? Because I swear I am like totally out of the loop when it comes to Tubi.
So
There's a reason why you don't go. Your
somebody
ancestors
tell-
have
who
asked you to
wants to-
stay away from the dark.
I keep hearing it mentioned, but like I have yet to watch it. I don't even know where to find it.
So
There's
here's
a
the
reason
thing.
for that too.
So
Hey,
here's
if they would have come for your comic, don't sell. Basically,
right. Yeah, exactly.
Please.
Come over to Blurred Station, as a matter of fact. So Tubi is owned by he's the same guy that owned Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah.
Fox News.
Fox News.
see.
And there are a slew. This is and Roland Martin did a whole piece on it, and he says there are a slew of up and coming black filmmakers, very independent, very amateur, very just low budget, whatever. And you know, you make a movie, you want to put it on streaming service, you want to put eyes on it, correct? So you go to a streaming service and they say, hey, we'll pay you this amount of dollars, but guess what? You don't own that property outright anymore. They just run it, they own it, they can bury it, they can distribute it however they feel. And it's and the quality's bad, which is to be expected.
I mean,
but,
it's Tubi.
Yeah, it's Tubi, but you know, they get a lot of black eyeballs, as Roland Martin puts it. He puts there's a lot of black eyeballs that goes to this because they my show's on Tubi, my movie's on Tubi, and then you get everybody to watch it, and then it's like, okay, do those black dollars come back to that community?
Hell no.
Nope.
And can they effectively create more content that we like to see? People trash Tyler Perry because of what the content he puts out. However, he knows his dynamic. He knows his dynamic. He knows his fan base. I can't get mad at that. He knows his fan base and he shoots for his fan base all the time. It's not meant for everyone. He has a fan base. He goes for it, shoots the mark every time. He hits a mark. Okay.
I always I want to know what he watches on TV.
Who?
Tyler Perry.
Commercial.
I'd love to know. I'd love to know because I don't think I've ever heard him say that when he was he's never said that he made the things that he's making he wanted to see. He's always said that it's somebody in his family that reminded him of doing this. It's never been something that he's ultimately said that he's wanted to see. And
I think it's personally, I think it will be hard to, and he's tried it before when he did Alex Cross. I think it might be a difficult shift for him to say, okay, I want to do a science fiction film, right? And to have that level of quality that reflects that, not have that certain fan base. And I think his fan base would be hard pressed to kind of shift over as well. Yeah, it can be done, but I think it's hard for him to do.
We know he watched the Boondocks once.
We found that out very quickly.
To put it in those terms, We, as the creator, you are granddad. Tubi is the itis, and it's owned by Ed Wensler.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I get that. I get that.
He's like, I get that. I get that.
Anybody was confused. I hope that cleared it up. However, this show at least seems like a breath of fresh air. There's no like trauma porn in the trailer, so I'm happy.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And Anthony says, I get that reference.
Oh, clip that, Tafari. Clip that.
Oh, this is still a walking timestamp.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
interesting Nigeria, I'm sold.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Whenever I see something like that, I'm all for watching it because we all have kids, nieces, nephews, whatever, that they don't get to see ourselves too much. They're getting exposed to people like Black Panther and Storm is the pinnacle, right? But then they say, what else? What else is there? It's stuff like that.
Supposed to be layers to this thing. There's levels to it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, now when people ask Akon, what is a city going to look like? He can just pull up an episode and be like, that.
Yeah. Is he ever gonna build that city?
I'm not saying that building a city is easy, but I'm still waiting.
Do we at least have permits yet? Like at this point, paperwork is important.
We got some really nice PowerPoints.
I'm with Charlemagne. You can't get the copyright for Wakanda, so just call it Wakanda.
Wakanda.
So I think it's safe to say, like, because we always want to see ourselves and because we always dream of these things. This discussion is had not just on this platform, but other platforms where they talk about the discussions of Afrofuturism and how we see ourselves. We can imagine ourselves in these different venues. When we get movies like The Blackening, which blows another movie I failed to mention out the water for that weekend.
Yeah.
And makes triple back its budget, $5 million and made back 15. And guess what? We lived. It was a lot of us, so we had no choice. We all had to live. But it was a comedy at the same time, so it works. When you see stuff like Vampires in the Bronx, so let's face it, Vampire in Brooklyn is not bad. It's a comedy, and it's supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
So
to my teenage self, I was very like, oh, but now as an adult, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to be scared. I'm like, I'm not scared.
So I'm okay with those type of things, telling those type of stories. When I see a movie and it's a horror film and Keith David is the head vampire, I'm just like, well, fuck, sign me up. I don't care how bad the movie is. It's like Keith David's in the movie. So when I see these type of films, whether it's sci-fi, whether it's action, the woman from A.F.R.O, antagonists, Air Force Ones that's coming out, congratulations to them and meeting their Kickstarter, for Winged Comics. When I see these types of entities, when I see these types of things showing that venue, they just say we can do it all. We can watch it all. We just don't want to watch it on Tubi.
Or platforms that claim to be for us but aren't by us, basically.
Yeah. Go to Blurred Station. Talk to Kevin. I'll introduce you. And so we can get some of these things up and going because they need to be seen. These stories need to be told. We have a crap ton of storytellers out here who are really wanting to see themselves, see their works realized, and even pushed beyond the border.
Can I piggyback on something that you said, because I feel like it's really important, and it's the imagination aspect. Part of the reason that I do what I do, like, one, I just want to tell good stories. Like, that's kind of like the main thing for me, is just, it's got to be a good story. It's got to be something that people want to watch. But like the imagination, I want it so we don't even necessarily have to like think of ourselves like, oh, that's amazing, we're in a sci-fi, where it's like we can get to our kids, you know what I'm saying, and it's no big deal to be like, oh yeah, of course, like we're supposed to be out in the future, we're supposed to be in space, we're supposed to be in these fantasies. We're like, that whole idea of that being a big deal kind of just goes away, because I think that just affects so much like how you live your life when you can see yourself in these other situations and not see that as a big deal.
Right.
You know, that's like that should be the norm.
Anthony, you are so right in that, because like I always tell my daughter, I'm like, you just don't understand how important this is for you to see these things and realize like this is just gonna be normal for you. Because when I was age, none of this shit was out. Nothing. So like I'll always say that I geeked over the Girls in Black Lightning, because I was like, holy shit. I wish I saw that when I was her age. I may be oh my god, that girl, the Afro Samurai girl that's on IG, that's amazing.
Oh, Samurai.
Samurai. Yeah.
I love watching her content, because I'm like, I wish I would have even thought of myself to be that, because that was never something that I saw.
Yeah.
So like, you just hit that shit so on the nail.
It's crazy when you mention her, because when I started following her years ago, and I'm like, oh, she's bad. Like the first thing I thought of was like Dora. That's the first thing I thought of. It was like Dora or a widow, which that came to life. And so when I'm introducing her to a lot of the people in our community, a couple guys is like, oh, she's fine. I'm like, that's what caught your attention? The woman with the blade that can like
that's a real blade, dude. That's not for play.
There's no playing around with that.
Yeah, but you know, when you see those types of people really out there doing the work and training, and that's another thing like Shayna West is going for, like to be a black stunt woman. You don't see too many black stunt women. And that's what she's striving to get done. And it's like, you need that. Like Kevin, you've already had her in one film, then they had her in The Woman King.
You see what she could do.
But you know, it's like you need black leads for stunt doubles. I mean, that's one of those things with them. You have to have those stories, because even like stunt doubles, I mean, ton of white guy stunt doubles, because those are the action heroes. Like that's who they call, you know, so that's like what they have on the bench in reserve. It's like, okay, we got all these people, because you know, like Tom Cruise's stunt double might fall out. We might need another one. You know,
Ben Stiller?
Like,
no.
I'm bad for Tom Cruise's stunt double. I'm sorry. Half those movies he does, it's like, wait, we doing what?
That's because they couldn't. That's because Ben Stiller was like, I'm not doing that.
Like, yeah, I just had this idea of just taking a motorcycle off a mountain and then parachuting.
I'll give him respect, because he does a lot of that stuff himself too.
He does.
So I was actually just watching one of the Mission Impossibles, but like, you know, we just, you know, we need more. We just need more black leads. Period.
Yeah, that can really get out there and not just do the work, not afraid to do the work, but we need to see it. When you see movies like The Harder They Fall,
right?
You know
that,
which fantastic. No, it's not a true story, but the characters that's being played are real characters.
Yeah.
You know, when you see Whoopi Goldberg playing Stagecoach Mary, this is a nice segue. When you see Mario Van Peebles doing Posse, which I hadn't seen in years, and now he has a new movie coming out, you know, but seeing us, it helps. So speaking of Mario Van Peebles,
you got to come on, Motisa.
He's got a new film out called Outlaw Posse, which I mentioned that Whoopi Goldberg plays Stagecoach Mary. For those who don't know who Stagecoach Mary, quick history lesson. This is the educate part of Blurred's Eye View. Stagecoach Mary was a tall woman that carried a shotgun, had owned her own stagecoach, and she didn't take shit from nobody. When I say tall, I'm talking about like a 6-foot woman. Like even the napkins were scared to cross, because you know you always got that one aunt. She ain't playing.
Don't do it.
that ain't rock salt.
I told you once, that's your warning. So, but one more again. That's that ain't the rock salt that's in there. But this is Outlaw Posse starring Mario Van Peebles.
Sergeant Decker, we have come a long way to find you. How about a little history? Partway through the Civil War, some of the South began hoarding gold.
The rumors about the gold is true.
Some years later, I was sent on a mission to retrieve it with your father, and then he disappeared.
I don't even know if my father's alive or dead. We weren't exactly on the best of terms.
Your daddy was spotted in a border town near Mexico. He's putting together a team to go after my gold.
So I'm guessing you're Mary.
Mary's stagecoach, Mary's rules. You find your daddy, and you get your wife back.
No! Hey, I'm gonna shoot your own son. Rumor has it you're planning a job. I need in.
You ever hear Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid?
You talking about them white boy bank robbers?
Ladies and gentlemen, raise your hands up.
Butch and Sundance had 2 Negroes working with them, including a big white fella. White and black, in cahoots with each other.
Whatever you two geniuses are scheming up, count me in.
All right, this is a holdup. G, is that you? What? Ain't he got a sense of humor though?
Okay.
Like it or not, we're all Americans now.
Eight what? Toes. That's all you gonna have left.
Okay.
Okay, Whoopi.
I was fine until we saw Cedric the Entertainer. I was like,
he probably owed him a
Make
favor.
everybody chuckle, even himself, if nobody else does. That's his role.
Right.
keyword, nobody else does. That's the
I think
lowest
that
score.
might be the only part of it that he's playing because I don't think I've seen him nowhere on that posse. So Mario Van Peebles did this movie Posse back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Early
And
90s.
it was 91.
Yeah. And that starred Big Daddy Kane and a slew of others. And we were hounding the theater for that one. We were hounding
Because it was different.
It was black cowboys getting business done.
Yeah,
we were there.
None of that slapstick kind of.
Oh,
No, it was a straight up vengeance story.
Western, Western, yeah.
Which is why we clamored at Netflix when Harder They Fall dropped. Like,
and it was brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant.
Great casting.
But we were cowboys.
Yeah. That's what they'll have you believe that we didn't occupy the West.
The name came from somewhere.
So,
American history, kids.
The fact that it says cowboy.
Schoolhouse Rock 2024.
Okay, American history.
See, when you come to Blurred's Eye View, I told y'all gonna get educated.
Whether you want it or not.
You're gonna get this learning.
Wait till we cover next week about Beyonce and where country music really comes from.
Oh, congratulations to Queen Bey for topping that chart out there.
Yay.
And shout out to Miss Tanner Riddell.
Yes.
Thank
Yo,
you. Yes.
I just saw like some of her videos. She's amazing.
I can't wait.
And
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked if any of them get a last minute addition on the soundtrack.
Oh, the Texas Hold'em, the woman that's played in banjo is a black woman whose main mission is enlightening people, saying who created the banjo, who's the playing style and everything.
Yep,
which was a black man. So
it was a black man,
and she
Wait,
makes
you talking about the soundtrack to the movie?
No,
That's what he was talking about.
I was saying we still got time to edit it in post. So,
so yeah, I congratulations, Queen Bey. That, and let's face it, that I still got my duster and my cowboy hat. It's in the closet right now. Just needs to be wiped down.
I got Spurs.
I don't got Spurs, but I got Smith and Wesson.
Mine is never far from me.
Y'all be cowboys. I'm gonna be a mountain man. Okay, you really gonna be.
When did this movie drop?
Let's find out. This might be in March 1st.
Yeah,
Theater.
Friday. So
this
drop
weekend.
Friday.
Start.
Is that theater?
Huh?
Hmm?
It's in. It says theaters in theaters March 1st.
Yep. This ain't Texas.
That's a crazy day. I mean, isn't Dune also dropping this weekend? Like that is.
Yes, Dune Part 2.
That's a lot of shit.
It's actually very good.
The movie ramp up is starting. It used to start a little later. It's starting much earlier now.
I mean, if you're not like the biggest Dune person, then you have a Black Cowboy film to go see. So it doesn't hurt to have options.
And I agree with that because I'm that person that's not a biggest Dune fan, but I feel like I'm also in the minority because I know a lot of people.
Before we get out of here, and I put it in the chat, and I'm going to say now, if anybody out there in the comment section is a Dune person, I want you to convince me to watch either the original or the remake, of course. Convince me as to why to watch this film. I know the basis of it. I know about the spice, the earthworms. I know about the two factions that's fighting over the spice, and all, I know all like that.
The Atreides, the Harkonnen, the Fremen. Trust me, we can go on like that.
Convince. Drop it in the comments or drop it in convince me.
Peak 80s David Lynch
like
craziness.
The first movie. I did like the first movie.
Is it because Momoa is in it?
No, it wasn't. I completely forgot that man was in that movie. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Because I didn't forget if he was in that movie. That's the only thing I enjoyed.
Be honest, Kira.
For someone that likes storytelling, I liked the story that they're telling. Now, do I have a problem with the whole white boy saving these indigenous people in a land that he's never been to a day in his goddamn life? Absolutely. But I'm still intrigued. I am intrigued. I'm intrigued.
Fair.
I want to see where they're going.
If you read the books,
I've read the books.
Okay, yeah. Paul Atreides isn't necessarily. He's not really the good guy. He's not like the bad guy, but he's not supposed to be the good guy either.
Right.
Moadib,
is also
because I was looking at the cast and I'm like, this is a stacked cast. Don't get me wrong. It's a stacked cast. I'm like, but tell me, make me believe.
I mean, your options are that Black Cowboys and Madam Web.
Black Cowboys.
You literally went almost to levels like.
I would like to add a challenge. One more. Ava DuVernay's Origin.
Okay, there's one.
It's still out there. It is excellent. Go see that fucking movie. I'm telling y'all are pissing me off. Go see the fucking movie.
So Origin and Outlaw Posse doing.
Right. I was gonna say that's gonna be Rebirth. Damn.
My copy gets here. I get to Florida tomorrow. My copy gets here Friday, so I'll be delayed 3 weeks.
Me too. I was gonna say I'm
Advent Children was a nice watch though.
I'm gonna say me and Tafari gonna kind of be on the sticks for a couple of weeks.
So have either of you made it in the Helldivers yet?
Yeah,
I haven't tried to play the
game. I'm still in.
Talk about that, Will, because that was too much of a laugh.
I did something I wasn't supposed to do, and hopefully PlayStation doesn't pay attention because that's how I got in, and I'm not gonna repeat how I did.
Say less.
And that's our piracy attitudes coming out to play.
Wow.
I mean, we are space pirates. I mean, let's face it.
I do need to get a one piece. I do need to get a one piece hat aside from the swords.
So I mean, we do our thing. Well, what we pirate.
Join us,
telling. Kira hates to say it, but Kira's like the Zorro.
I am not a pirate.
Yes, you are.
I am not a pirate.
After what you just purchased, yes, you are.
I'm not a pirate.
Do you have a certain?
I am frugal. I am.
You
not
are a buccaneer. Accept
do you have a certain service, ma'am, that has 3 letters?
I don't understand what you're saying, sir. I don't understand.
Never far from me.
No.
I was gonna say.
Oh man. So on that note.
Wrap-up protocol initiated, Captain.
My goodness. All right. Signing off. We got Anthony Jefferson with us. Oh man, tell everybody they can find you, my guy.
Oh, hey. Well, again, thank y'all for having me. This has been great. I really appreciate the platform. You can
Thank you.
find everything on frolife.com. The Woman from Afro #2 on Kickstarter right now. Yeah, man. Much appreciated.
Always. Always. And you are welcome back here anytime.
Oh, I'd love to come back.
You have some fun, chop it up, talk about more the woman from Afro. I want to see this in anime now.
Man.
That part.
I like 3D.
Most
The
definitely.
3D comic would be awesome.
I'm gonna tell you why. 2 words. Ninja Kamui. We're gonna move on. Because that show, my God.
That show has a baby. What is it? Baby grip with old man strength on my soul.
Oh God.
It is good. Hi, I'm Roomful of Blurs, also known as Lady Mandalore. You can catch me here on Tuesdays and Thursdays where you're supposed to be. Thank y'all for all the newcomers that have subscribed. Y'all are appreciated. Welcome. Get a plate, sit down somewhere. I am also available with my podcast on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am in the throes of my comic book reading club. It's fun. We are currently reading X-Men Red. I'm taking a break. I'll be back on March 10th because Marvel Unlimited is hoeing me with their subscription service, and they only release their new comics 90 days after their physical release. That's some bullshit. So right now we're up to X-Men Red Volume 2 issues 13 through 15. You can read 16 and 17 if you'd like to, but I'm waiting for 18 to come out on the thing to give y'all a real show. So yeah. Also
it's fun. It's a fun ride, I'm telling you.
It's fun. I tell jokes. Sometimes they're pegging involved, but you can also find me on TikTok at Roomful of Blurs. I do voice acting. I have a few samples of that up there. Holy Mary and Mother. I am going to start writing for Otaku Noir. Doing a few articles and reviews and such, so you can find me there.
When I say we are a crew of growth and a crew of being busy.
I'm so tired. But I'm happy.
And that's what matters.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Talk to him, lady.
Hey y'all, I am Lane from Geek by Heart. You can find us at Geek by Heart on YouTube. Me and my husband run that. We run it on IG and TikTok. We talk about movie reviews. We talk about trailers. Right now we are streaming video games. Jay is streaming Gears of War. He's starting from the first and then going into the whole series. He routinely streams on Fridays around 6:37. I stream when I can for Hogwarts Legacy. I'm having fun with it. It's one of those things that I'm like, I have to have 3 hours to stream or else I'm not going to do it because it's like 1 hour, 1.5 is just not enough for Hogwarts Legacy at all.
It's not enough for any game.
It is not. That's true,
That part.
But Hogwarts Legacy is like, nah. I did that one time. I felt miserable. I was like, if I don't have a lot of time to stream, I don't stream. But anyway, so when I get some time to stream, I will be streaming Hogwarts Legacy. So just, find us there. We have a lot of fun. And yeah.
Right on. Navy, talk to him.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That
I told you I got y'all in order. Wow.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Once again, it is your frosty bearded blurticore with the crew. Flat out. Y'all can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, all of them under Navy Montel. I had prior to coming in here, and I apologize for my tardiness. You had the Mako girls. Yeah, I had a convo with the Mako girls. They are officially my nieces. I am their uncle. They are so amazing. And it's all about supporting those that are showing their passion without the aftertaste of being stupid. And
that's why I sent the shuttle to you.
I appreciate it. The combos are coming in strong. I've got more that's being scheduled out. Miss Angie and I will be back with the Blurred Core Speaks podcast. I've got more coming out for YouTube, most definitely. And if you guys want to see me try something different on YouTube, if you have any suggestions, please throw them my way because I'm always for inspiration to do something. As long as it shows that the support that we get at this platform and all others is all about that love and positivity because the basement virgins need to be kept at bay.
That part.
They can stay in the basement. They're not welcome.
Ugh, I wouldn't want to clean that after the fact. My God. I'm sorry. I'm tired from Vegas, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm still tired. I'm still tired.
Tafari, talk to the people.
Hi, you can officially catch me here on this name on all platforms. I also do a lot of the editing and behind. I went to college. I know how to talk. I do the editing and behind the scenes work for the Blurred's Eye View channel, which thank y'all for this explosion y'all have done in the last like 72 hours. We were just celebrating 500 and now we were at triple at that within like 24 hours. So appreciate it. Thank you for making my editing not for nothing. It is also Black History Month. I must adore you to please support a Black creator, support a Black cosplayer, support a Black business. Shout out Virus Graphics. Also, the trolls, the lurkers, and the annoying people that are still out here heavy. We still have 48 more hours to deal with people in their nonsense. So your block, ban, and your delete buttons, as I always say, are your best friends. Do not spend 30 days in better maximum security arguing with some egghead.
He says 48 hours. But if you know the crew of this ship,
48 hours to abuse the algorithm. I'm just gonna start maxing out posts the next couple of days.
We go 366 without the leap year. You figure it out.
We'll keep you.
You get an extra day. Call out of work. What they gonna do?
Yeah, that's a Spartan story. After what he put in the group chat, that's a Spartan story.
I gotta reread it. I've been in Midgar all day.
Oh my God.
I found myself telling more and more about my life in every which way of question. But anyway, Black Spartan, of course, Black_Spartan 615 on the socials. I usually do reviews on almost everything, including gym stuff.
Wait, he looked right when I put his name up. He looked.
He done learned. He is
going on.
He is something else right now. But anyway, guys, of course, my shows How the Fracker Got Here every Wednesday at 7. Get Bit Podcast every Friday at 7. Both podcasts can be found wherever podcasts can be seen or heard. Definitely check out the blurredeyeview.org website as I usually do reviews for wrestling. Why? Because wrestling is real and people are fake. Shout out to Kenny for that one. At the same time, what are you doing?
It's too thick. I gotta break it up. Let me get some. Let me get some of that right there, Pops.
He said, "I know."
Here's the microphone, Dad. Wait, hold on. We gotta plug it.
I got it. Oh, put that back on in there, baby.
Get ready for that 2020 interview with his father.
He said he knows competition is coming, so he's got to stake his claim.
Yeah,
make that butter, man. Make that butter. Churn it. Make that butter.
Oh,
That also being said, guys, remember to always like and share. Let people know. Just don't like and walk off. We appreciate it, especially with the views and the follows. Again, reiterate everybody else is saying, we thank you so much for that. Again, con season is starting up, as I will always say. Again, respect the cosplayer at all times. Please wash your ass before you go anywhere. And of course, in a world that's pretty much cruel right now, be nice, be kind, don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool. And Obi is trying to get a straw.
He said that.
Stab you in the face.
yeah, you gotta whip it up like this, Pops. You gotta
Yo, Obi for the win. You're right.
Yeah, will your new baby be able to do this?
This shit wouldn't be half as lively if we didn't have some form of shenanigans. If we shenan once, we gonna shenan again. You want serious? I don't know where to send you. But we over here, we're gonna have a little fun. I want to thank our guest Anthony Jefferson. Go show your support over there. Go to the Woman of Africa. Go to his IG page. Go to the Kickstarter. Go hit that Kickstarter. Go to the website. Get that second issue. Get that first issue, and show your love. Anthony, this is a dope piece you have. The art is amazing. I like what it's all about. You have fans here. and you have
Real.
and you have
For real.
supporters.
I already bought mine.
So
I
see,
appreciate y'all.
we don't waste time.
For real.
We don't waste time. We don't waste any time with people. So shout out to you for that.
It ain't hitting.
He wants his copy too. That's
He
why
wants
he's crying.
the milkshake.
Yeah, I got it. You know what? I do onesies too. I send you little man a little onesie. I got you.
There we go.
Look at that free publicity for Obi.
I mean, right? Yeah, you might enjoy this free stuff when the girl shows up.
Straws now. I get straws and onesies. Wow.
Right. So, you can catch us Tuesdays, Thursdays live on YouTube, Twitch, and IG, 8 p.m. Eastern every week. You can also catch us on Always Press Record. That's APR TV or alwayspressrecord.com. You want to go there. You want to sign up if you have a Roku device or Amazon Fire device. You can go check this out. We have Blurred News Network coming soon on Blurred Station. We are a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Look at that. All this stuff that's just coming at you. But if you know what's going on, you go to Otaku Noir, discount code Blurred's Eye View for 10% off products. All the products, of course. You have, I think, 2 days left to get the latest box.
Yeah, I think 29th is the last day.
So check this out.
Well, now it's a day.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm snatching mine up. Like I said, Always Press Record on Roku and Amazon Fire. Go to alwayspressrecord.com. It's a completely free site to go download it and everything. Shout out to Trey Lawson out there in Texas, doing great work. There's news coming out on that end too. And then there's news coming out on Blurred Station. So you're going to be seeing us everywhere. If it's not the ship, it's going to be at the news station. So we're somewhere. But thank you to those who are first time watchers and listeners. Bama's up there. I'm not even going to the comments here. I got the banner.
And madness. Please go watch the playlist.
But you can also show your support. Go to the new YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, watch, join, subscribe. Merch coming soon. The Comics Cave is coming soon. Blurred's Eye View Comics Cave or Comics Explained is coming soon. Because we're getting back, we're going to get a little bit back to basics. We're gonna bring the book aspect back in because you guys enjoy what we as Lady Mandalore. Like I'm in the comments section. She was like, "Captain, is it? It's you got it. There's the file."
Thank you for the cosign.
there's the file. So it's like when she starts, I'm like, "Don't worry, I got you." I'm the man on the wall. What am I without a fire?
Exactly. Word, my guy.
Exactly.
That is better. But show your love where. Yeah, so you can check us out wherever you listen to your podcast. So that's iHeart, Spotify, Apple, and the Be On Air Network. Go show your love over there. Leave a review. Help us over there too. So tell your mom, tell your father, tell your brother, sister, cousins, whoever that's into nerdy stuff. We got their back. It's a safe place here, as many though after this almost 4-year journey. And I appreciate all the people that's over in the IG. They're over there. Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, with that being said, I want to thank again our guest, Anthony Jefferson, for coming through. This was amazing. Thank you to the crew. Always dope having you guys on. Oh, by the way, she came.
Nice.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Oh, wow!
God damn it!
I gotta get back on my rewatch. I'm
Robert
behind.
Nugan.
Oh,
she stays in the package. I got one that's out, and then I got that version. So I'm like, she stays in the package. But with that being said, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. I'm Chris Fury with Anthony Jefferson and this dope, amazing crew. We will see you guys Thursday. We're out of here.
Bye.